Good morning. I'm Thomas Brickner, the instructor for Physical Science 1121, Summer B 2019. Let's go through the basic specs for the course and get you started. Uh, the basic list of tools for you to use is on the home page. Okay, so now if you take a look at the home page, you'll see a picture of Galileo, and over on the right, you'll see, for instance, a link to YouTube where our lectures are and where this video is. The textbook links for purchasing and then for using it, etc., etc. And I'll let you take a look at all that stuff. Let's focus in on YouTube for a second. When you click on the link to YouTube, it'll bring you to the playlists page. Now I've got a bunch of different playlists. Um, and let's go to a close-up. This one for specific Summer B um, videos is right here. It's the first one on the list. It's the newest. Most of our lectures are going to be over here in the Spring 2019 playlist. So what that means is you're going to be listening to lectures from the spring semester. Okay, and then you're going to be reading the textbook and doing homework and all that stuff. But most of our stuff is going to be over here in the spring 2019 playlist. I don't know how many I'll have in the summer B playlist, maybe one or two, but most of it over here in spring 2019. Now, when you're going through those, I want you to remember that it's spring semester, so don't pay attention to stuff like the fact that they're in the lecture hall and they're using clickers. Don't pay attention to the exam schedule or the homework, the comments I make about homework. Our homework is going to be a little bit different from what they had. It'll be equivalent but different. Right. So when you're doing, you're listening to these lectures, try. In fact, the first lecture is mostly about the syllabus for the spring semester, so you can breeze through that without worrying too much. And I think lecture number 2 is where the main physics instruction begins. All right, let's take a look at the next topic, which is homework. And in homework, unlike the spring semester, we're going to have 2 different places where we do homework. The textbook website, which is Great River Learning, you're going to get 36 points for your semester grade from the homeworks that you have over there. I think I've got 6 assignments over there. There's also going to be some study sets for you to work on in web courses. Now I'll convert that to 14 points by percentage. There's going to be a zillion questions over there in web courses for you to work on and stuff. And so those will be converted down to 14 points. So the total is 50 points for homework. This is what the Great River website looks like. At least this is where you'll use your access card. All right. So you buy your access card at the Kendall Hunt website. That's the publisher. And then you go over here, and your first time you go over and type in your access code. Use your NID for your ID number inside of Great River Learning. Now remember, 36 points of your semester grade come from this, so it's pretty important to get it. Don't mess up your NID. Right? If you're a newbie freshman and you don't know what your NID is, it's the one that you use to sign into web courses. All right. And so anyways, 14.4% of your semester grade is over here. All right, let's talk about the rest of the points. Homework is 50 and another 200 come from exams. Now I want you to memorize the examination schedule. Just totally engrave it into your mind. Because we don't have any makeup exams. We don't have early exams. We don't have late exams. We only have these exams. There's no makeup. All right. And how do we deal with absences? Well, we deal with absences basically by taking the best 2 out of 3 midterms and dropping the lowest score. If you're absent, that's effectively a 0, so that's the one that gets dropped. Right, so you have a little bit of leeway taking the exams, but you definitely want to be there for all 3 if you can. Then you have the best 2 out of 3, and your grade will be you'll really like it if you're there for all 3, of course. The other thing I want to mention is we're going to be using Proctor Hub for each of the exams, the 3 midterms and then the final. Okay, here's the exam schedule, and as I said, I want you to totally engrave it into your mind. There's no leeway. I never change the schedule unless there's like a hurricane. So, barring a hurricane, think of this as a contract. All right, and we have to stick to it. We got so many students, it's just crazy trying to do anything but stick to this schedule. Right now, the way that we handle absences, as I said, is we go to the best 2 out of 3. Right, so this right here is our strategy. So we'll have 3 midterm exams, and if you are absent for one of them, that's the one that gets dropped. Okay, if you're there for all 3, then the lowest one is the one that gets dropped. Okay. Now, before I go any further, let me just mention the final exam is mandatory. Everybody takes that, and so that one can't be dropped. Final exam. All right. Let's take a look at the semester grade scale. I know everybody's wants to get a good grade. Let's take a look at how it goes. Basically, what I do is I go by points. Okay, I don't grade on the curve, and you earn points from homework and from exams. And in the last week of the semester, I might throw in a few bonus point opportunities in case you blow 2 exams. You might be able to make up a few extra points. It's not going to be much, just maybe 5 or 6 bonus points. So make sure you get most of your regular points on exams. Anyways, here's the scale that I go by. I go by points, and out of 250, so 225 or more for an A, 188 or more for a B, 150 or more for a C, 125 or more for a D, and below 125 you get an F. And hopefully there won't be many F's down there at all. Most people will be up in the C's, B's, and A's if you're doing your normal amount of work. Now, you seniors, if you're planning to graduate, it's a good time to remind you, do not slack off. You get behind in this, that's tough toenails, my friend. You got to make the exam schedule. You blow it, you're not graduating. There's nothing to do about it. All right. So just do not get behind. Now, you newbie freshmen, the same goes for you because you're probably not used to working um, in this manner. So with online classes. But anyways, stay up and do a normal amount of homework and stuff, and you should be okay. Now, I want to talk about the syllabus, which is basically, I don't have a handout, of course, because it's an online class. So all the basic syllabus type information is on the syllabus page, which is in web courses. Here's what it looks like, a little bit larger. And so there's a course description, office hours, blah, 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 all down through the list. Here's what the bottom of the list looks like. You'll see another listing of the assignments, basically. The attendance quiz, that's for the first week. The academic integrity quiz, that's also for the first week. Then some study sets and some mini reviews. All right. Now, when you get into web courses, if you have questions, start a thread in discussions. There's always going to be questions. I don't mind answering them. And I'm on web courses a lot, so I'm not, not 24/7, but quite a bit. So chances are I'll be able to answer them the same day. And I'm usually on 7 days a week, so sometimes I take Sundays off and don't do anything. But anyway, that's the basic specs for the class. Welcome aboard.